Shalom, shalom, shalom alechem, a pokój niech będzie z wami, a pokój niech będzie z wami, a pokój niech będzie z wami. Hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem, hevenu shalom alechem, hevenu shalom alechem, hevenu shalom alechem, hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem.
On April the 5th, 2016, a whole delegation of people led by the Secretary General of the Council of Europe, Thorbjørn Jagland, drove 3 hours from Warsaw southeast to Frampol. We first went to the school where we were wonderfully welcomed by the staff and by the mayor and mostly by the children who sang wonderful songs, gave beautiful renditions, took part, engaged with the whole process and asked us some fantastic questions.
First of all, I thought about what happened here, that the whole city was destroyed and how people have re-established the city. You could really feel that people are aware of it, they care for their own history, they care for what happened here and they care for the people living now. What was good to see that what is happening here hasn't been initiated by somebody from the outside. It comes from the people itself. They want to remember, they want to know what happened in the past, and you see how the young people are engaged, and that's a great inspiration for many others. Because it's very important to learn about our own history in order to understand what happened and see to it that the tragedies are not being repeated on this continent. And also that the Jewish culture in Europe was so rich and contributed so much to Europe, and it must continue to contribute to the European culture.
We then walked the short distance, a 10-minute walk, to the Jewish cemetery in Frampol, where we held the ceremony, where the Jewish community leaders from FODZ and the Chief Rabbi, myself and Secretary General Jagland spoke, and from there we entered into the cemetery and we walked through and we saw the old gravestones and the restoration that has taken place here, the fence building, and we saw the memorial of the 1,000 Jews who were killed here in a mass grave. We now have finished this, but this is just a prototype of the kind of work that we do in many towns and villages across Eastern Europe, which we hope to continue. And we believe that this is going to be a fantastic example of how to protect sites in Europe. This cemetery exists to be protected because the children of this town over many decades were able to protect it. Frampol is a tremendously historical site, one because Jews were killed at this cemetery. It is one of over 30 sites completed by the ESJF in 2015, and another 30 or so will be completed also in 2016.
Well, only that if we are not able to uphold the rule of law, then many bad things can happen. As Winston Churchill said it, where rule of law ends, tyranny begins. So it's incredibly important now that we remember this sentence of him.